What is up, Hammerheads? Welcome back for another episode. Hopefully you guys liked Smoke Breaks episode 2. It was fun for me. Me and the boys had a good time watching the race. The chicken thighs were awesome. I did make one mistake on that video though. I always preheat the smoker to 275 degrees, but when I put the chicken on, I turned it down to 250. And that's where it stayed the rest of the smoking session. So I said in the video 275, preheat to 275, turn it down to 250. So if you watched that, there you go. So we are back in the garage working on Delphine. As you can see, she's already up on jack stands. You guys don't need to see me jack a car up. So this car still has a full factory exhaust, and hang on, laying on the floor. Let me light this junk up. Okay, so these giant rear mufflers, they flow okay. You know, you could tune a car and leave your factory exhaust on if you want that sleeper deal, but I want to hear this thing. These little motors, this 1.8T motor, they make pretty good noise. They sound good. So we're going to chop these mufflers off. On the old car, I built a full exhaust down pipe to the rear bumper. I built it from scratch because the factory exhaust was trashed. Well, this car's already had exhaust work. So way under there, hang on, way under there. See that center muffler right there? Even though it looks a little rusty, that center muffler, it's in pretty good shape. So in front of the center muffler, the Hoyt of the turbo is all brand new. Somebody did that before I got the car. So we're not going to mess with that. These cars, from what I understand, sound good if you just hack these back mufflers off and straight pipe them from there. Leave the center muffler, cut the back ones off. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sawzall these rear mufflers off and see what it sounds like. And then in the Amazon cart, because every red-blooded American loves Amazon, I have everything in the cart, stainless steel, to put this whole back section all back together. So we're going to chop these off as an experiment, see what it sounds like before I commit to buying pieces to, you know, just straight pipe this rear portion. So that big old muffler there, we're about to hack those off. So it's sawzall time. We're going to cut it right there. See that little like angle brace on there? We're going to cut right in front of those braces and see what it sounds like. So let me grab the sawzall. I'll try to get you guys set up so you can see, and we'll do that. All right, guys, let's chop up a perfectly fine car. Gotta find a comfy position here. All right, here we go. Right route. Not quite through. Hang on, one more. Chop it up. We need more loud. All right. Here we go. Ah! Look out. That should wiggle loose, I think. Yeah, baby. All right, success. Okay, muffler hanging right up in there. See that hanger, a couple bolts, we gotta whack them out. Over here, that hanger is actually not factory. Like I said before, somebody like backing this car into junk, and they probably destroyed that hanger at one point in time. So we gotta take both of those hangers out and get these rear mufflers out of here. You don't need to watch me do that, so we'll check back in a minute. Alright guys, so we got those rear mufflers out of there. Gonzo, all kinds of room for activities now. See that little piece of wire? Hang on, let me light it up. Come on, there it is. See that little piece of wire right there hanging? I got 2 of them on there just as temporary hangers. Those exhaust outlets, they don't point at anything, so they're going to be cool just where they are, chopped off for now. They're not going to melt anything or spit fire on anything. So we're going to leave that just like that. And as much as I want to fire this thing up right now, car's already on jack stand, so we're going to move to the next project. And the next project is this rear valance. So, as I've showed you before, this valance is hammered. She's smoked. Big old freaking break in it right there. That's the bad one. I hate that. But this rear valance, don't like it. I ordered that body kit. Turns out the rear piece that I wanted, like the only rear piece I could find that I liked, it doesn't fit this car. It only fits sedans. It doesn't fit the station wagon or Avant. So we're gonna make our own. Over there, sitting upside down, that is the stock valance off of my sedan. And turns out it's really not that different than the Avant. So what we're going to do is chop that thing up, chop this thing up, and make them one. I already cut out that piece. See my cut line right there? Sorry, should have showed you Sawzall that off, but it's just cutting a piece of plastic. I already cut that out of there because it's going to be in the way. And honestly, I kind of like the way it looks already. Like that whole middle piece out kind of looks neat. But I chopped that out, and we are going to mock up that piece onto that piece. Just going to use some blue tape, mock it up, and see what it looks like. I think it's going to look okay. So let's get to doing that. Okay guys, so I have made a center index mark, a center index mark, and I came down 2 inches and made myself some marks around here. I don't know if you can see that. They're there. So we're going to take this thing on here. I'm going to lower it 2 inches. And we're going to see what that looks like. I think it's going to look pretty good. I don't want to go too crazy. I think this is going to be just about right. So hopefully I can do this by myself. It'd be a little tricky. Somewhere around there. Already got my tape on there. So I should hold that. Good. Old strong little tape. Okay, it is hanging on there. Now, more or less what we're going for. Not going to be easy to get it on there proper, but I think we can do it. Like I said, it's going to need some cutting, some trimming. But it's on there. Let's see. So, let's get over here. See, like, I mean, guys, it's sort of hard to tell a difference, honestly. It's 2 inches, which seems like a lot. I don't want to go much more than that. I think it's going to be too much. But that whole rear bumper is now 2 inches lower, or 2 inches, you know, taller, the whole thing. So I think that's what we're going to go with. On camera, kind of hard to see. I think this is going to be our plan. So I'm going to put you guys down. I'm going to make a couple cuts. So these lines are here. See how there's 2 lines that kind of follow each other? I don't know if I like that. I'm thinking about taking and cutting this, like cutting that bit off and blending it in. Either that or leave it. I don't know. Maybe I like it. Maybe I like the little step in it like that. But I plan on bonding this on there with 3M tape and actually like windshield adhesive to hold a new windshield in. It, you know, should stay soft and pliable. So I thought that was a good option. Probably wrong, but that's what we're gonna go with. But that's what I'm thinking. So I'm actually gonna like get that thing fit on there a little bit better. I don't know if I should go permanent yet. Maybe not. Maybe so. I got decisions to make. So see you in a little bit. What's up, guys? I got the lower apron, Valance, whatever you want to call it. I got it all trimmed up the way I wanted it. I got my 3M tape stuck all the way around there, and I took that windshield adhesive and I put some daubs around here. From what I read, this stuff is super sticky. I mean, it glues a windshield in, right? Supposedly it'll stick to just about anything. And we're gonna give this a shot. Never did it before. Hopefully this doesn't fail. I want this to work. So here we go. You know, sometimes there's nothing to it but to do it, right? So I got my marks. I got my center index. All right. So that 3M tape is starting to stick right there. Okay, that's sitting over there. We're gonna work this way. There. So leave yourself your tails sticking out. Leave tails stick out like that on your 3M tape. That way you can pull it as you go around. I tried to sand out some of the sins in this upper piece. We'll see how that goes. Alright, luckily this 3M tape, it's got a lot of grab to it, a lot of initial grab, which is great for what we're doing, what we want right now. Hey guys, I don't even know if I was on camera there. Alright, it's pretty much stuck. We could work that in. Yeah, take your hand, lots of pressure. Make sure that gets stuck in there good. Now we can use body seam sealer on this top edge. That was my plan. Just to use some body seam sealer on there to, you know, just smooth that line right there. And, you know, some people might say that I should have molded these together. You could fiberglass these together. But at the end of the day, it's all getting painted the same color, and this rear valance is hammered. So if we can make her look good from 10 feet away, I'm happy with it for now. So that's on there. There it is. I did trim that line. Remember how that used to do that little swoop right here and then went out? I trimmed that. So that valance is now extended 2 inches. So right here, I'm gonna have to cut this. So I'll do that in place on the car. I'll cut that. Hopefully I can get that to pull in nice and tight. If I gotta put a rivet or 2 in there, that's not the end of the day. I'm okay with that. So rear valance, 2 inches lower. All the way around, same deal there. Gonna have to cut that off. I'll do that on the car. And I have quad exhaust tips, like, you know, that'll be 2 tips there and 2 tips over there. So those holes are gonna need cut out. And I might do like I said, right in this portion right in here, I might cut some of that plastic out and bond some mesh to the back side of it. But that's that. I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna trim it on those edges and try to get this stuck on there so it doesn't fly off going down the road. Next thing, pull the car outside and see how our chopped off exhaust sounds. I'm hoping that it sounds good and not stupid loud, seeing as though we still have the center muffler. Hopefully we get what we want. I can still put 2 tiny mufflers in the back if I need. Honestly, I could put like little resonators back there, which will quiet it up just a tiny bit. So that might be what we do. But almost done for the day. Play with this, then we'll get an exhaust sound clip. Alright guys, so I got the car outside. It's still pretty quiet, almost more quiet than I would like. But we're gonna roll with this and see how it sounds driving down the road and everything. The last car was a little loud. It used to wake the wife up when I left for work. This one's pretty quiet. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we got to chop that center muffler out too. But here's a look at it out in the daylight. And like, check this out. That rear valance is already 8 inches off the ground. And this car is going to go probably 2.5 inches lower yet. So I think that is going to be plenty low. I think it's extended down pretty good. I got these little clamps on here. I put some of that sealer in there, clamped it. We're going to let that dry for a couple days probably. But there's the car. I am going to hop in and give you guys a little rev up. What do you think? It's still pretty quiet, ain't it? But maybe I need to be an adult for once in my life and tolerate a slightly quiet exhaust. Every car I've ever owned, I chop the mufflers off of it. It's just what I do. I'm sorry. But that's it for the day. We did the Valance, which I think is going to turn out good. Now, like I said before, like that whole rear bumper is going to get repainted. So, you know, all of the sins, all of the ugliness that's there, it's going to go away. This seam right here, up there, I might fill it with some seam sealer or something to try to like make that one go away, and then the top of the lower seam, probably seam seal that as well, is my idea. I'm going to talk to my body guy and see what he thinks. But that's the idea. So, chop the exhaust off, did a rear valance. But that's it, guys. I know we really didn't like complete anything today, but today was kind of experimental to see what direction we want to go in the future. And I think we're headed in a good direction. I think I'm happy. So, as I always say, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Peace. Bye bye.